Hello there. Well, what a busy day. The ECJ says the UK can revoke its Article 50 letter and stay in the EU, and Theresa May decides to put off facing her fellow MPs tomorrow with what's left of her tattered deal. Theresa May has announced that the so-called meaningful vote, scheduled for tomorrow, will be delayed, but hasn't yet said how that would happen or for how long. She is still battling on, trying to save her deal and her political life, answering questions by MPs in the Commons, but most of this is repeating time and time again her much repeated replies of refusing calls for another EU referendum and trying to explain how the backstop is temporary despite not actually having a time limit. But you can see that most of those MPs just want to vote her deal down as soon as possible with no more nonsense. And at the heart of this is her intention to go back to the EU to get them to give some sort of undefined reassurances over the backstop issue that no one, apart from her cronies, seem to want to accept. But as everyone keeps pointing out, the EU is not for renegotiating, however large the handbag she takes along to Brussels with her. But somehow she is leading us to think she can take a magic wand in her handbag and wave it over the agreement document, say, "Open Sesame," and be able to tinker around with it. The truth is more likely to be her trying to wheedle a written, separate, non-binding assurance out of them that changes absolutely nothing at all. But the problem for the PM is that the establishment will not allow anything other than remaining in the EU to show a positive future for the country. Hence the Project Terrify the People and the constant pumping out of discredited economic predictions of the dire consequences of doing anything other than remain. She will always therefore be on the back foot with her deal over this. So she's lost the Remainer MPs who lap this sort of stuff up without question and just want to reverse Brexit anyway. And on the other side are those MPs who want to leave the EU properly and take back control. They know this deal does not deliver that outcome, so she's lost them completely too. And getting a letter of reassurance out of the Eurocrats will not help her. At least she said today that the risk of an accidental no deal had increased, so she will be stepping up preparations for that outcome. Now, how many times has she said that? I do have to ask if anything has actually been done in that regard. But at the end of the day, though, we would not be in this constitutional mess if we had refused to hand over all our power to the European Union in the first place. Doesn't it show the reality of how much of our country is now controlled by the Eurocrats, and also that the majority of our MPs are completely happy with that arrangement? And there is also due to be a statement by the Brexit Secretary Steve Baker on Article 50 later today. That might be interesting. Anyway, we'll just have to watch and wait and see how all this pans out. But while all this has been going on, the High Court has dismissed a claim that the referendum result should be annulled because of so-called corrupt and illegal practices due to the long delay in bringing the case and the want of merit. The case, in the form of a judicial review, was brought in August by the UK in EU Challenge, a group of UK expats living in the EU, which pointed to allegations of referendum overspending by the likes of leave.eu and Aaron Banks, saying that because of this, the result of the referendum and the triggering of Article 50 should be overturned. This will be a bit of a blow to Remainers. And finally, there's a tweet from Twitter user Gary Conway about events in London yesterday. 2 marches in London. One was pro-Brexit and went off peacefully and enjoyably. One was pro-EU, where thugs dressed in black, some masked, scuffled with police and arrests were made. The media call the first march far-right and the second march anti-fascist. And that, for me, sums up the reality of the situation where the press and the hard left, and maybe the not so hard left, are concerned. So please let us all know what you think about all of today's news by leaving a comment below, and Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.